Let's delve into the captivating lore of Sharis, one of the most fascinating deities in Dungeons & Dragons. Known as the Dancing Lady, she embodies pleasure, festhalls, and sensual fulfillment. But her story is a winding journey through many identities, origins, and divine upheavals, deeply interwoven with the history of Faerûn and the broader multiverse. Sharis's roots trace back to the Mulhorandi pantheon, where she was originally revered as Bast. In ancient Mulhorand, Bast was the beloved patroness of cats and passionate enjoyment. As a key lieutenant to Anhur, the god of war and weather, her relationship with him was famously fiery, swinging from ardent affection to bouts of fierce rivalry. Within the Mulhorandi landscape, Bast stood as the mother of cats, fiercely protective of the creatures, and embodying all the independent and playful qualities associated with them. Her opposition to the villainous Set established her as a proactive force for love, delight, and feline welfare, while remaining more playful than her more austere peers. As Mulhorand's culture expanded, Bast assumed the aspects of Felidae, a nomad revered deity associated with wild cats and the pursuit of pleasure. This absorption marked a broadening of Bast's influence, integrating the nomadic tradition's untamed adoration for cats with the more urbane pleasures found in growing cities. Bast's growing wanderlust drove her to travel far beyond Mulhorand. Across distant lands, she inspired cults and devotees, leaving in her wake a trail of celebratory revels and an ever-increasing focus on the duality of personal freedom and exhilarating pleasure, especially to those who cherished the companionship of cats. During her travels, Bast encountered Zandilar the Dancer, a member of the Uir pantheon among the elves. Zandilar was the goddess of passionate, swiftly burning love and dance. Her philosophy focused on the powerful, often fleeting nature of romantic passion. When Zandilar faced destruction at the hands of Faerûn, Bast played a crucial role in her survival. In the aftermath, Bast absorbed the weakened Zandilar's divinity. This merging was transformative. Bast gained Zandilar's portfolio, uniting the primal allure of decisive, passionate love with her own feline sensuality. With this fusion, Bast emerged with the title The Dancing Lady, blending romance, freedom, and wild caprice into her divine persona. By this time, Bast's cult flourished beyond her Mulhorandi roots, finding enthusiastic followings across Faerûn, in cosmopolitan settings like Kalimport. Worship of the goddess, now coloured by both her feline and passionate aspects, centred in festhalls that offered joy, sensuality, and spontaneous celebration to all, particularly attracting bards, pleasure seekers, and lovers of the arts. Here clergy did more than run pleasure houses. They orchestrated the endless revel of life, a year-round, interconnected series of festivals. For Sharis's followers, every sunrise, sunset, season, and full moon was reason to celebrate. These communal observances, crowned by the uproarious Midsummer's Eve, prioritized inclusivity and uninhibited delight. It's vital to note that, up until this point, she was still known as Bast throughout these transformations. Her temperament was one of playful coquetry, moving swiftly from one fleeting source of amusement to another. Her clergy mirrored her spirit, managing festhalls that delivered both ecstasy and refuge. A turning point closed the age of Bast and ushered in her new identity. In the wake of Mithrannor's fall, Bast began exploring the shadowed side of pleasure. This foray drew her into the clutches of Shar, goddess of darkness, and under Shar's influence, Bast's divine essence took a darker, more self-indulgent direction. Captured by Shar's seductive promises, Bast's cult and her own nature began to reflect the dangers of unchecked indulgence and the pain that can shadow pleasure. With her subsumption by Shar, she was thereafter known as Sharis, her new name tied forever to her escape from darkness and rebirth as a goddess of revelry. Although Shar sought domination, Sheres retained a core of fierce independence. Their enmity is legendary. Shar, who never forgave Sheres for breaking free, became an eternal antagonist. For a time, Sheres's priests and followers navigated a shadowy, dangerous path of indulgence, always marked by the risk of obsession and despair. Salvation arrived during the time of troubles when Shar attempted to destroy Sheres utterly. Soon, goddess of love and beauty intervened at the critical moment, washing Sheres in the regenerating waters of Evergold, a celestial pool shared by goddesses of love and beauty. This act restored Sheres's purity, strength, and autonomy, ending Shar's influence. Freed from the shadows, Sheres forged alliances with deities such as Suni, Hanali Selanil, and Liera, figures who also prize beauty, love, and happiness. Sheres's cult once again became synonymous with exuberant celebration, unrestrained delight, and spontaneous expression, reclaiming her legacy as both protean temptress and guardian of self-acceptance. Sheres's divine home is the city of Brightwater, known throughout the Outer Plains as a paradise of music, feasting, and carnal joys. Within her personal domains, Rapture, revels never end. There is always music, dance, laughter, and the ever-present companionship of cats. She also remains closely associated with Soon's domain, and occasionally with Arborea. Sheres's allies reflect her celebratory ethos. She is close with Milil, the god of inspiration and song, Lyra, the patron of joy and freedom, and Hanali Selanil, the elven muse. Yet, true to her capricious and passionate soul, her relationships, such as that with Anhur, can shift unpredictably from devotion to detachment. Many deities stand in opposition to Sheres. Leviatar, the deity of pain and suffering, is a particular adversary. Her infliction of torment, a stark contrast to Sheres's pursuit of rapture. Among the Mulhorandi gods, the feud with Set, the personification of cruelty and chaos, endures from Bast's earliest days. The endless revels of life remain a distinguishing feature of Sheres's faith. These rituals, spellcasting at dusk, revels for every celestial or seasonal event, the open doors for anyone seeking joy, foster both unity and transformation. Most notably, all are welcome, regardless of station or past, under the goddess's watchful, approving eye. Clerics of Sheres, commonly known as celebrants, are charged with guiding others toward genuine happiness and helping them overcome guilt around pleasure. They pray at dusk and are known for their feline-themed attire, unfettered manner, and for temples that double as sanctuaries for the lost and lonely. Her sacred symbols evolved as much as she did, from a pair of feminine lips, echoes of Zandalar's influence, to cat's heads adorned in gold, reflecting her Mulhorandi and feline ties. Her signature weapon, the Great Cat's Paw or Claw Bracer, is a fitting emblem for a goddess whose touch brings both delight and vengeance. Sheres's clergy has no formal orders or ranks. Festhalls are largely autonomous, run with a minimum of structure. However, one secretive faction stands out: the Eyes of the Evening, a werecat order that, in partnership with Saloon's worshippers, hunts Shar's followers during full moons. Her worshippers, predominantly bards, devotees of luxury and arts, and of course cat lovers, reflect Sheres's encompassing embrace of freedom. In Mulhorand's recent resurgence, Bast's cult finds renewed fervor, bringing her legacy full circle as both the ancient and reborn goddess of pleasure and vengeance. Following the devastating spell plague, Sheres found her divine status diminished, becoming Sune's exarch. Public worship faded after the Second Sundering, and many temples shuttered. Nevertheless, her devoted few keep the flame alive in hidden revels and clandestine sanctuaries. Yet after the Mulhorandi rebellion in 1486 DR, a renewed Bastian cult surged among the victorious Mulan. This resurgence affirms the enduring allure of the goddess. whose adaptability mirrors the cyclical rediscovery of pleasure and freedom in every age. For dungeon masters, Sharess offers myriad plot hooks. Her temples can provide unexpected refuge, provoke memorable encounters, or pull PCs into the tug-of-war between divine indulgence and dark temptation. The battle against Shar, or the cruelty of Leviatar, can give way to adventure or redemption, centered on her enduring faith. Sharess stands not only as a patron of enjoyment, but also as a protector of autonomy and resistance to oppression. Her battles with Set and Leviatar underscore her place as a symbol of passionate self-determination and the right to pursue joy on one's own terms. Even her rituals and local customs reveal her complexity. Beneath every Sharessan festival is the wisdom of acceptance and the opportunity for healing transformation. The independence and unpredictability, symbolized by her beloved cats, are woven into her doctrine. For adventurers, an encounter with a Sharessan temple or celebrant might promise a night of delight, or lead to entanglement in divine feuds or ancient vendettas. Her followers are quick to turn revelry into resistance, if threatened by Shar's dark agents or the cruelty of Leviatar, often acting as both hosts and unsung heroes in the ongoing struggle for joy. Whether you're a player seeking the blessings of the Mother of Cats, or a dungeon master wanting to inject mystery and mirth into your world, exploring the deep lore of Sharess is sure to enrich your campaign. So the next time your party stumbles upon a riotous fest hall, remember, the spirit of Sharess may be closer than you think.